his eye on you, kid.
Hello, my name is Kevin. I am the Dapper-man. Today I'm going to be talking about a movie I saw the other day. That was an action Christmas movie with dark humor. Sorry, it's not that movie. That movie is called Fatman that I just watched. Now, Fatman sounds like the type of title that you would watch for some cheesy 80s movie that's some sort of rom-com about band camp. Could be, but it's not that. Instead, Fatman is something completely different, and it's not something that you may expect to see. So every year, the world is getting worse by bad children. They're naughty, they're not becoming nicer, they are becoming much more, in the southern term, as my mom would say, uglier. They're bad behaved children, and they have no intention on being good anymore, apparently. This is a problem for Kris Kringle, aka Santa Claus. He can't even afford to be in his occupation as a gifter because how bad everyone has been. However, he is offered by the US government if he and his elves would build weapons for them, they would be paid very well. Kris Kringle sees no other way if Christmas is to be saved for at least one more year. Meanwhile, one seriously messed up brat, Billy, instead of getting any presents, he receives coal. So Billy hires an assassin to kill Santa. Not only is this assassin highly skilled, but has a very personal vendetta against Santa Claus that will stop at nothing until he's dead. They did it! They actually did it! They made Santa Claus have a gun battle against somebody. Okay, this film is very odd. I'm just going to say that right out. This film is odd. It's weird, and it's not the type of film that you're expecting. Like, at least I was expecting, because knowing the title, Fatman, it sounds like this would be silly, it sounds like it would be cheesy, it sounds like something that I would see off of one of those movies I would get from a movie store that was 80s, early 90s, and this film is not that. This sounds like something that should be so insane and crazy with its action that it would be very silly, and it's not. This film sounds like something that you would have laugh out loud moments of just pure uncanny craziness happening with the elves and reindeer, but it's not. In fact, we should see some sort of magic happening with some special effects, something happening showing some, I don't know, Santa Claus fairy dust or something. And we don't get that. This film plays it straight and narrow. This film plays like it's an actuality of something that's really happening, and it's odd. The acting by everyone is fantastic. Mel Gibson is great. The lady's name, who I cannot pronounce as Mrs. Santa Claus, is freaking fantastic. Even the villain, the assassin, Walton Goggins, which I probably can't pronounce anyhow, he is great in this movie. Everyone's great in this movie. The cinematography is great. The music is fantastic. Everything about this movie is great, but the story was just bland. It was dull. There was no action. There was, until the very last 20 minutes in the movie, there was nothing in this movie that was worth redeeming, in my opinion. For the story-wise, that is. The story. Everything else played fine. It's like they had filler scenes. They had scenes that was just there to be there, and it just left me with a ton of questions about this movie. In fact, I wrote so many of these questions down, I'm going to read off my notes because there's no way. I mean, sure, I can believe that everyone believes in Santa and that Santa Claus only gives the gifts to the children, but I mean, it's played like this is a normal thing, which is cool. I like that. But here's the questions I ask. At what gifts does the age limit stops? I mean, yeah, it's never mentioned because it's talking about the gifts and there's children, and you see different children of different ages getting gifts, but when does that age limit stop? Why, if Santa is supposed to be jolly and his place is filled with childlike wonder, does his factory and costumes look so dark and gloom? That was a big question of mine. Everyone had this dark and gloomness to it, and it didn't felt like the Christmas atmosphere. My suit had more color than this movie. Promise you that. Why does the killer kill almost everyone he encounters? That is the oddest thing. He kills certain people and he doesn't kill everyone. It's like he picks and chooses who he wants to kill. Why? Why do you do that? If your main goal is to be hired by some brat to kill Santa Claus, kill Santa Claus! You're sloppy! How hard is it to find Santa when almost everyone up north knows where he gets his mail? I mean, seriously, he goes on the internet and he goes sporadically killing certain people, whoever he feels like killing, to find Santa Claus. That's like a huge flaw. Everyone up north knows who he is. They know where he's at. The government knows where he's at when they're looking for weapons for. And you mean this highly trained assassin cannot find where Santa Claus lives at? What is so freaking important about the gerbil? The gerbil is shown with every scene just about with this assassin. All of a sudden it cuts off at a certain point. You never see the gerbil again until like the very last 10 seconds of the movie. Why? I watched this movie twice to see if I missed something about this gerbil because it drove me insane. And nothing. It explained absolutely nothing. If you're going to use a gerbil as a joke, replacing a dog, like this man doesn't like dogs or snakes or whatever, he likes gerbil. Why? What's the point? Did something happen in his childhood that he received a gerbil and that was his last gift he ever received? What is so significant about this gerbil? Nothing. And it's so odd because this type of movie that you're wishing for better storytelling, and upon a Christmas wish, do you wish that a better story would be told, and you get nothing. So I'm just going to say pass in this movie. I mean, everything works so good. That's the hard thing about it. Everything, the acting, the score, the cinematography, the way it's shot, no shaky cams, everything but the story worked for this movie. But you know what? You may be that person that's like, I don't care what you say. I'm still going to watch Fatman. It's pretty funny how when they say his name, it's played so straight and there's not even like an eye wink or a smirk or nothing. Everyone just knows. Yeah, he's Fatman. It's like they're already talking about me. You may be that person and you want to know why it's rated R or what's in the movie. Here it is for you. What's inside the movie. I highly recommend you not watching it because it's very dull and very boring and there's not very much action into it until the very last 20 minutes of the movie. And that is my review of Fatman with Mel Gibson as Santa Claus. If you want to watch a Mel Gibson movie in Christmas, you might as well watch Lethal Weapon. That will be a better pick for me. So this movie had no colors and no lights, and it killed me because I really wanted to see Christmas colors. I wanted to see lights. I wanted to see something to have some sort of spark of joy, and there was none of that. So, yeah. If you're telling me that Santa Claus is supposed to be holly and jolly and the fat man, at least give me something instead of just pure dread and dry. So, that is my review for the movie, and I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you enjoy seeing me in my Santa Claus outfit. If this is something that you like, be sure to comment down below, like the video if I helped you on your decision for not watching Fatman. Thank you very much, though. Thank you so very much for watching this video, for being part of this channel by subscribing and everything else that you do, sharing, and I will see you around to the next video. So, yeah, I'll see you to the next video. Take care, have a lovely day, and if you don't hear from anyone else, have a Merry Christmas, okay? Cheers.